Devin Booker playing with that broken nose. Now, he came in averaging 28 points in the playoffs. He was just 5 of 21 from the floor, 1 of 7 from three-point range. He had 15 points. And he's obviously bothered by the mask, the protective mask that he has to wear for that broken nose. Chris Paul didn't have a mask on, but he was coming back from COVID protocol. And I wondered if you start Cameron Payne and then you bring Chris Paul in. That was what I suggested yesterday. You know, for anybody who's going to say, well, they shouldn't have started Chris Paul, and you're saying that today, got to say it before. But Chris had not been playing, trying to come back, and it's not that easy. You think that you can just turn on a switch and you go, okay, I'm coming back, and I'm going to be Chris Paul again. Now, do I expect him to be better in Game 4? Absolutely. But last night, I was wondering if Cam Payne would have been the guy to start. He has played well, and then you bring Chris Paul in. Boy, that's not a bad 1-2 punch there. And, you know, I have a team that's going to ride that momentum with Cameron Payne. But I'm sure Chris Paul's saying, hey, put me in the lineup. I'm ready to play. But give credit to the Clippers. You know, this is what you needed. This was a desperation game for them. And you had some contributions from a couple of different players. By the way, Reggie Jackson is not afraid. Not afraid at all. And, you know, I'm not going to say saddled with this name, but when you think, hey, Reggie Jackson, and you're going, oh, that Reggie Jackson. You have to say Clippers guard Reggie Jackson. But Reg, not afraid, big moment. Vaca was not afraid last night, certainly helped in the first half. Paul George had a really good all-around game, and you pick up the win. And it must be something about a 2-0 deficit that just brings out the best in the Clippers, because all 3 rounds they've dropped the first 2 games, and then they won Game 3 in all 3 series against the Mavs and Jazz. They, of course, went on to win this series. They're now down 2 games to 1 to the Suns in the conference finals. So we got a long way to go. And I don't know if Kawhi Leonard's going to play. Now, I was told, hey, that by a source, that they wouldn't be surprised if Kawhi played, but it would have to go probably six games and maybe 7 games. Once again, the Clippers don't know, but somebody close to the team said, you know, that there is that possibility that he could be back. Ty Lue's done a great job, though. He's made adjustments. They picked up their defense on Booker. Role players like Reggie Jackson, Patrick Beverley, Terrence Mann stepped up. Paul George acted like a star, even though his shot was off a little bit last night. And the Clippers, maybe they just need a little time to find their rhythm. You know, let's reflect back on Game 2, because that was a miracle play that prevented the Clippers from maybe being up 2-1. Would they have played with the same desperation if they won that Game 2 in Phoenix? No, they wouldn't. But you lose that game, you come back, you had to win this game. They've proven they can win without Kawhi Leonard. The Suns still lead the series. They still have the home court advantage, but the series is, I think, a little more up for grabs than we probably thought after those first 2 losses by the Clippers.